VantaliJewelz here. I'm back with another nursing video, and today we're discussing why people fail the NCLEX. Reason number one why people fail the NCLEX is because they have way too many resources. So some of my colleagues that have failed the NCLEX in the past told me about the things that they were using to study. They named at least several materials, which include Hearst Review, Kaplan, nclex-rn website, Saunders book, HESI, ATI study guides, and also curriculum from their schools. So I feel like that's way too many resources and that you can get overwhelmed with that. It's kind of like you're overstudying. So the three things that I used to study were the Saunders book, nclex-rn website, and the Hearst Review. I narrowed my choices down for the studying that I needed to do, and it worked out just fine. nclex-rn website gives you questions and content, and the Hearst Review does the same, along with giving you tests at the end. I used the Saunders book when I wanted to actually follow up with the things that I did not understand. The second reason I feel like people fail the NCLEX is because they just do questions only. You can't just solely do questions. How do you expect to pass the NCLEX when you're doing questions without content? So the Hearst Review gives you content and videos, and you can follow it up with questions. Some of my other colleagues have just done questions. Some of them did fine, but then they ended up getting all the questions on the NCLEX and not just the 75 or other amounts that people get. So just doing questions is not going to work. The third reason why I feel like people fail the NCLEX is because they don't take the time out after graduation to give themselves a break before they start back studying. So what I did was I took a week off after graduation. I let everything calm down. The fact that I graduated, the fact that I passed my exit exam, and I prepared myself mentally to go in and to kill this NCLEX. So I took that week off. I went on vacation. I came back and I went hard at it. And I also scheduled my date out, which leads me to the fourth reason why I feel like people fail the NCLEX. It's because they don't take their time out to plan out their study dates. So what I did was I used a calendar and I set out my NCLEX date, which was sometime in October, and I set it out for at least a month and a half to 2 months so I could take that time to study. Some people may have taken shorter than that time to study. I felt like I needed more time to study, so that's what I did. I also, in my calendar, put down the dates that I said I wanted to do particular content. So if I wanted to do cardio one day, cardiovascular one day, and then I wanted to do respiratory system the next day or the next week, then that's what I stuck with. And I did that all the way up until it was time for me to take the NCLEX. So that's the fourth reason why I feel like people do not pass the NCLEX. The fifth reason I feel like people do not pass the NCLEX is because they underestimate the test itself. Some people that I graduated with decided to schedule their test as soon as they got out of college. To me, that makes no sense. That absolutely makes no sense. I felt like some of them wanted to be the first ones to take the test, but they ended up being the first ones failing the test. So they didn't take their time out. They wanted to rush into things, and they didn't give themselves the proper amount of time to continue to study, the proper amount of a break, and the proper amount of time to plan out everything that they wanted to do. So guys, the last reason, and you'll see me looking down, is because I jotted down a couple of notes on this, is distractions. So a lot of people get distracted. So remember I told you guys I took 1 week off of like after college, and I decided to just rest myself and get myself prepared to follow up with studying for the next weeks. Well, you definitely want to take a break, but you don't want to take a long break, because then it gets close to the time you're trying to go ahead and take the NCLEX test, but now you're studying at the last minute. So definitely don't get distracted. Plan your times out and have a calendar to use. All right, guys, this is Failing the NCLEX Part 1, and I will link other videos below that have to do with the NCLEX. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button.